everybody, I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the most versatile trailers that MDC makes. Behind me is the XT17 HRT Family. Now, you don't have a family, maybe you camp with buddies, maybe you camp by yourself. I still think you want to see this camper because it's got a lot of versatility in it. So, it's only 23 feet long. Okay, 23 feet, 3 inches, and it weighs 6,085 pounds. So a smaller footprint, really nice to get on those back roads, and it's got all of the luxury that you might be looking for. So let's go inside, let's get started. Okay, the trailer's not that big, but wow, it feels spacious. Walking through to the middle, you've got an open space here. We have the top bunk folded up. Big windows on this side. Kitchen in the back. The only thing that's blocking your view for the whole camper is going to be the bathroom in the corner and the refrigerator. I love the white. I love the gray tones up here. The laminate, the gloss. Gosh, this feels great. But let's get started on the details. We're going to start right up here at the kitchen. The storage in this kitchen, it's extraordinary. Right up here, let's start with the buttons. You pop them out and then twist them to open them. So they have a double lock on them. This is an off-road trailer, so you're going to get a lot of bumps, a lot of movement in here. You want to be sure they stay closed. Great system there. So you've got this about 15 inches deep here. Now on top, you've got, of course, a little bit shorter height, but still you've got the 15-inch depth and the same thing over here. It's very interesting how they took this Furrion hood vent. It's got the fan and the light in it, just like usual, but they kind of integrated it into this cabinet face so it doesn't stick out. It's those small design features that really make it feel clean and high-end. I just don't know a better word for it. So you've got plenty of space up top. You notice these are all soft close cabinets. Really nice. Now to lock them, you just push the button in and you're ready to travel. If you look closely, you will see 3 monitors. So it looks like 3 tanks, but this is a cassette toilet, so there's no black tank. You have 2 fresh tanks and 1 gray tank. All of them are 21 gallons. So you've got 42 gallons of fresh water you can carry on this. And that's quite a lot for this size trailer. All of that very easy to see. You don't have to worry about it. That's going to go away and go dark here pretty quickly. Right over here, your stereo. You gotta love that, right? Music inside and music outside, so you can have a great time either way. The plugs right over here, you've got a household plug, and then down below you will see what we endearingly call a charging port. It has, in this trailer, 2 USBs, and on the other side you're going to have the 12-volt cigarette lighter style. And this charging port you'll find throughout the camper. We'll point it out as we go. As far as the windows, let's talk about windows right up here because they are really one of the best parts of airflow in this trailer. Yes, you have an AC and a furnace, but so much of the time you really don't need that. You just need a little airflow. So right now you have a screen that rolls up out of the way. You have a blackout shade that'll pull up, or you can of course undo the levers. There is a little thumb button right in the middle to release it and turn it, and then this pushes open. You hear the click. You can stop it at 3 different locations. One is almost closed, one's in the middle, and one's further out. So there's the opening on that window. Of course, you can pull the screen down if you need to, but I love the fresh air. When you're ready to close it, just push it out. It's going to release. You do have a slot, like you do in so many of these dual pane acrylic windows, where you can put the latch down and secure the window, but still have a little bit of air coming through. Be sure that before you travel, you tighten that up and that latch is fully in front of that catch there. So then you're ready to travel. So easy to use, insulating, you get lots of airflow. One of the best things about these acrylic windows. All right, down below, our countertop. I love this one-piece feel to it. It is a composite, but gosh, I love the gloss on it. I love the marble look. Really a great job. A nice rectangular sink. The faucet folds up, and when it's not in use, you guys already know this, right? You just fold this down, and you've got a nice glass top. Same over here, but they do a really nice residential size stove. So you've got 3 large burners here and a really large glass top. Once you flip it up, it's going to stay in place, and you don't have to lift it, pull it, twist it, latch it. Just fold it down, and it's covered. Then you have the full counter space. But if you need to leave a coffee pot up here, you have some appliances, you do have counter space over here to put that. So, it's the best of everything right here. The storage underneath is incredible. Let's take a quick look. Bank of drawers. You have 4 drawers that are going to be almost the full depth of this countertop and about 6 inches deep. So that's quite a bit of space. So I will tell you, one of the things that kind of is in the way is this curtain. Because when you've got it pulled back, you've got a little bit of gathering at the bottom, and it does catch just a bit on that top drawer, but you've got 3 more. So I would put the stuff in the top drawer that you normally wouldn't grab regularly. Or even easier, just open the entry door and it's no problem. Next to that, you've got 2 big cabinets here. You do have this drop-down sink above it, so you lose a little bit of height there, but down below, a really nice open space. Again, it's going to be about 18 inches deep. Huge cabinet there, and the same below. Now, down in the bottom half, in the space, because it's so large, they put a shelf across it. So you've got a smaller space on the bottom. Now, you do have a little bit of gear in the back, so you'll want to work around that. But it's not bad, honestly. Tons of space there. And it keeps going. So let's look under here. Underneath the stove, you've got a nice big cabinet and 2 more drawers. Full-size drawers that go almost the full depth. I would say these are probably 18 inches deep, 18 inches long, and about 6 inches deep. So these are nice sized drawers. Oops, popped it open. So a lot of kitchen space. So just on the other side of the entry door, you've got a really nice pantry. And this slides out, easy to access everything. You've got 2 really nice slide out shelves here. And they're metal, not wood, so they're very strong. And the best part about that, you can access it from the outside. I'll show you that when we do the outside walkthrough. I love that feature. So, plenty of storage in this kitchen. You know, this trailer sleeps 5 people, so no problem feeding 5 people with all this storage. Now up top, you've got a nice countertop here. So if you do have more appliances, easy to put them right here. You also could use it for just all of those things that need to be dropped off when you walk in the door. I always think about that in a trailer because when I'm camping, you know, I don't put everything away when I walk in. I just drop it right here. But if you're a coffee pot person like me, maybe that's where it goes. And you've got a plug right here. This one is going to be the cigarette lighter plug, and to the right, you have a cable hookup. So if you are at a spot where you have a cable connection, or if you want to hook up a portable satellite, you can do that right up here. Then that makes this the place for your television. 110 plug right above that. And, I don't know, nice handle over here. We've got great switches when you walk in the door, turn everything on inside and out. Speaking of lighting, have you noticed the indirect lighting that they have throughout this trailer? You've got it underneath these side cabinets, but in the kitchen, not only do you have it up above, but you have it right above the sink, and then you have it underneath the counters. So all three places lit up in the front, just a really nice soft light. You do have some ceiling lights in here, but it's that indirect lighting that really makes it work, particularly if you're off the grid. All right, let's finish up with the kitchen. Again, if you're sleeping 5 people in here, refrigerator space is important. It has this interesting latch to keep it locked going down the road. And opening it up, the shelves are narrower, of course, but you've got about 15 inches depth, and pull out crisper drawer at the bottom. You have shelves on the door and a pull-down freezer. So everything's here in a really nice compact space. More cabinets? Well, not exactly. Right up here, above the refrigerator, it looks like another storage space, but in actuality, it is more controls for this camper. I love the fact that it's not taking up all this wall space, that you don't have an entire wall full of gadgets. And it's all very useful. We're going to start right at the top, and this is going to be your heater switches. This does have line heaters and tank heaters. So right here, if you're in cold weather, you want to turn on your tank heaters at the top. And over on the right, you have the BM Pro Power Manager. That is going to tell you how much power you have left in your trailer. Now, if you're off the grid, that's super important. It gives you all the details of how much you're using, how long it will last, and how charged your batteries are. Down below, you have switches to turn on and off each separate appliance. You've got the water pump, the hot water, a DC outlet, your toilet and fridge. If you maybe don't need a piece of that, you want to turn it off at the switch. That way, it's not going to be using power from your battery when you're camping off the grid. Really important feature there. And you also have a complete battery disconnect switch right up here. So it's nice to have those controls accessible. It's nice to have them hidden, and everything on a separate circuit. Okay, I'm stepping in. It's nice size. It is a wet bath, so you've got a toilet and shower together, but white walls and just plenty of elbow room. Yeah, you guys know I'm 5 foot tall, right? So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, maybe it fits her, but probably not me. Well, there is a 6'6" height not only in the main part of the camper, but also in the bathroom. So often in a smaller camper, you step into the bathroom, and because they have to put water tanks underneath, it gets a little shorter. And then you have the skylight where your head has to go in a bubble. Not here. You've got a full 6'6" here. And right up there, you've got a vent fan and a light. So, big mirror right here on the wall. Yeah, it can get wet, no problem there. And I love the fact that it goes all the way to the ceiling and it's wall to wall. It's not a little bitty mirror that they just stuck on there. So it helps to make this space feel a bit more comfortable. And over here on the other side, above the toilet, you've not only got a nice metal shelf, but a hanger for the towel, not a hook, a full hanger, all on the back here. Of course, you've got a nice bar where your shower head can go up and down, or it can be a handheld. The sink is molded in. I love the fact that this really is a waterproof, one-piece molded bathroom. So, single handle right here, a window you can look out, or, just lift it up and put on the blackout shade. It is the same window that you have in the rest of the trailer, so you can easily open it when you're done, getting a little extra airflow, or, if you're in the middle of nowhere, just open the window, enjoy your shower. Down here, looks like storage, and there is just a bit. So you've got some space around the drain pipe, but down below, a pretty open space. Now over here to the right, let me get that open. You've got about a 2-inch deep shelf. You do have water lines running through the bottom part of it, but you know, you've got to use every bit of space that you can. So you've also got a little bit of ledge right here next to the sink. And don't forget, you've got the shelf behind me. So a fair amount of storage here in the bathroom. Maybe not a ton, but if you're off the grid, I bet you can make this work. Yeah, good job. Let's keep going. So remember I told you this was a versatile trailer? You've probably been waiting to say, yeah, right. But look, this works great as another place to sit. You could make it into a sofa. I think it's extremely versatile. And underneath is all the gear that makes this trailer so great. Right here on the front, you've got the switch. See, it's right here to turn on the inverter. This trailer is going to have a 2,000 watt inverter that is going to allow you to be off the grid and still get some household shore power. And that is going to allow you to plug in your computer, do some of the basic things that you may need to do off the grid. You do have 700 watts of solar and 200 amp hours of lithium batteries, all included. So this 2,000 watt inverter can come in super handy. And right below that, of course, is the carbon monoxide LP detector. Got to have that. Nice to have it down low since that LP is going to be heavier than air. And then sitting here, I noticed that we've got great footlights. You've got one underneath the bed and one right here underneath the bunks. So you've got a little bit of lighting here. If it's dark outside, you can see your way around, not trip on anything. But let's come back to these bunks. I appreciate that they put really good mattresses in their trailers. MDC has put a nice firm mattress here, even on the bunk, not a little teddy bear mattress. On the main bed, you've got an inner spring with the pillow top, and I'm telling you, it is a good, solid, heavy mattress. So you don't have to go out and buy all this extra stuff to be comfortable. This is 70 inches long. Now the one up top is 71 inches long, because, of course, you've got a little framing here to hold up the top bunk. They're 26 inches wide, but I don't know. I think this could be a great, comfortable sleep. You've got a nice window right here, and right next to me, you have this amazing fan. If you don't know about these fans, they can go in any direction. You can tilt it over, and then inside you can tilt it up, and it's push button. So you just push the button and the fan comes on. You've got different speeds. You can point it in any direction. It's quiet. It doesn't look like a big old fan in the corner. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, somebody's going to get hurt. You really can't get hurt. It just stops. You just stick your finger in it. It's fine. So, great feature here, great to have on the bunks. Put it on high, drop it down, love it. Get it out of the way if it's something that you don't need. It's the little things, right? Okay, let's pull down this top bunk. The bunk is on gas props, so you have a latch at the top and bottom right here to be sure, it doesn't move, but really easy to just push up and lower down. You do have a little panel here so nobody's falling out. And the ladder is up here. This ladder hooks right in, and then you have these little plastic carriers that slide over it. So the ladder's not going to move. It's all very practical things that don't ruin the design. I think that's what I like the most about MDCs, other than they're just really tough and ready to go off grid. Now in both bunks, you have the shore power plug, the regular 110 household plug, and below that, of course, the charging port we've talked about with the cigarette lighter plug and the 2 USBs. So each bunk has their own. Really nice feature there. Windows in both of them, so you can get great airflow. And right on the ends here, you've got a reading light. Perfect. It doesn't make it feel cluttered. It's nice and open. When you're done with the bunk, get up in the morning, just push it up out of your way, and you've got this great open space. All right, let's go across to the dinette. So at the top of the dinettes, more storage. Nothing wrong with that. Look at this. Man, if you had 5 people in here, where are you going to put all the stuff? Well, there is plenty of room. So soft close on these, gotta love that. And more storage underneath. Both dinettes are going to have a drawer that pulls out that's going to give you storage almost the entire length of that dinette. So, yeah, great storage underneath as well. But is it comfortable? It's pretty comfortable. Not only do they do a great job on the mattresses, but the cushions as well. It's a soft vinyl. I mean, it could be leather. I know it's not, but it certainly could be. And another white marble style top. I love the way these go down to make the bed because yes, this is a bed as well. So when you make this into a bed, it's 70 inches and 33 inches wide. So a little wider than the bunks, still extremely comfortable. Very easy to drop down this table. Just unclip at the end, it drops down, fold that leg under, and you're there. Super easy. We do have a microwave at the end here. I realized just now that I didn't mention that. So with all the storage above me and this nice counter here, remember it's got the inside-outside pantry, you've got a microwave right on top. So everything's in the kitchen and it's all right here. I did say this is a 23-foot trailer, full length, but that includes the hitch. It also includes the 2 spare tires on the back. So this is about a 17-foot box. It is incredible what they put in here, how it feels, and again, just how versatile this space can be. Big window right here, so I could sit here, I don't know, play cards, do nothing, drink coffee, and it would be great. Now, if you need to charge your electronics, there's a plug right down here where you've got a standard 110 plug, and then of course that USB charging port with the cigarette lighter and the 2 USBs. You've got another one for the other side, and it is up there on the beam right behind the back of that seating. So everything is right here. 2 people can plug in without a problem. I really appreciate the light up here. I know I've mentioned that several times, but when you're camping, that's important. At least it is to me. And then you've got the fan right up here, another one of those great fans. It moves a lot of air, easy to use. You can point it towards the bed, towards the bunk, or the dinette, just really any way you want that air to flow. All right, a little more to see right up front. Let's go. Now up front, you've got that nice, comfortable queen bed. And is it a queen? Well, no, not exactly. But don't panic, it's bigger than a queen. It's 60 inches wide and 84 inches long. Okay, I know we'll get questions. What sheets do I use? Guys, this is an amazing space. It's extra long, so if you're tall, you're not going to have any troubles here. Just use flat sheets. Easy to buy single flat sheets and tuck them in, you're good to go. I really love the space up here. You've got big windows on both sides, and this panel right here is the only thing that blocks this from being one entire room. You've got 2 big windows on both sides, so you can get great airflow through here. Electrical right up here, remember, the one that the dinette could use, and there's another charging station on the other side there. So tons of electrical. You've got a fan up here above, more charging ports over here, reading lights in the back. I mean, everything that you would need. Right down below me is the furnace. This will be the forced air furnace and the control for that. Right under my feet here, you'll see there are the dial for the hot water. This trailer has the Truma AquaGo Plus. What does that mean? Is it really that much better than a Truma AquaGo? Well, yes. The Comfort Plus actually circulates the water to all of the faucets so that you have it instantly. It's not as much about convenience as it is saving water. You do have a great tanks on this. Remember, you've got 42 gallons of fresh water, but you don't want to waste any, particularly if you're off the grid. So that's the only way to go in an off-grid camper, where that hot water is going to come out instantly. A standard AquaGo, it isn't instant, it is tankless, but you have to wait for the hot water to actually get to the faucet. Don't want to waste that water. So it also has the freeze kit, and that freeze kit is going to keep it from freezing, obviously, in the AquaGo when you're in cold weather. All of that included. So much is included in this trailer that it makes it convenient, but it also makes it work really well if you want to have that adventure away from everyone else. So much to see in here, but let's go outside. So stick with me. There's a lot more to talk about. So you've seen how comfortable this trailer is on the inside. Let's talk about how rugged it is. This trailer is built on a 6-inch galvanized steel hot-rolled rectangular tube frame. It's equipped with X-Track independent coil spring suspension, and you've got Tough Track shock absorbers on both sides. The tires, 16-inch MT Good Ride tires, and 2 matching spares on the back. So it's ready for that rough terrain. And on all 4 sides are the rugged drop-down adjustable stabilizer legs. Also included is the DO35 articulating hitch, and I'll show you all about that when we get to the front. Let's look at what's on this side first. So starting right here outside the door, this is that pantry that I had mentioned. So you can access it from outside or inside. No need to pack up food, bring it out the door. It works great. So some people call this a cocktail bar. I think that is very good use of this space, but I might put a coffee maker out here so I can sit in my chair and watch the world go by and just drink coffee. Maybe it's a storage space, maybe it's a workspace. Whatever you need, it's great to have a table built into the trailer. Right in here, this is the TV mounting space. Now there's a TV mount inside, right above that pantry that we just looked at. There's also one outside, so you can move it wherever you want. It's got an easy slide system, and of course, all the connections right here underneath. You may want to have a nice outside TV watching day. You never know. Right here, the famous outdoor kitchen. The latch is going to keep it in place. Again, it's double latched like so many things on this trailer so that the rugged terrain is not going to bother it. Let's unlatch it here, slide this out, and this flips over. You do have a leg that can fit underneath this. A little windshield here for the 3-burner stove. They put the same residential style 3-burner stove outside that they do inside. So cooking outside, you don't sacrifice anything. You get all of the comfort and luxury. You unlatch this. You have a shelf that goes right up here and a pin that unlatches that, and it slides down. So great kitchen for outdoors, because when you're off the grid, outdoors is where you want to be, right? So nice sink, faucet. You do have storage in here for some of the hoses, the gas hoses, and storage drawers. Another one right here. And can't have an outdoor kitchen without a bottle opener, right? I don't know, it's fun. All right, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna just fold up this last piece so you'll be able to see a little bit better here. You can see how easily this all puts back together. Right over here, if you need more refrigerator space, this is where you do it. Now right now, we've got a filled with some of the gear that comes with the trailer. However, this lifts up, again, a double latch here. Let's see if I can get it open. Push this down, and this slides out. There you go. So it slides out a little bit more than that, but in this space is going to be where you could put the large 12-volt cooler. There is a plug-in over there for it, so it's easy to plug in, get the power to it, and have an outdoor cooler for all of those outside beverages, or maybe some extra food that you need to carry. Now let's go round to the front, a lot to see there. So let's take a look inside the storage. Secure latches here, which is real nice. You've got two large bins on both sides. Now in the center here, you will have your LP tanks, because you have two 20-pound LP tanks. You do have a little space around them, but I encourage you not to use that for anything, but maybe a few metal pieces, something like that. You don't want to inhibit getting in here, turning these off if you have a problem. But storage on both sides, so that should hold everything that you need out here. Down here, I love the double-wheeled jockey wheel here. Very easy to adjust. Give it a pull, fold it up out of the way, and very sturdy on rough terrain. You can see that 6-inch frame I was talking about. You can see how sturdy this is built. Heavy-duty chains and the chain hooks for when you're not having it hooked up to your vehicle. There is a handbrake on this trailer, so if you need it to stay in place, don't have all those wheel chocks nearby, give it a tug, you're gonna keep that trailer in place with this handbrake. Now there'll be two different plugs on this trailer. The MDCs come equipped with a standard 7-way, which will trickle charge the battery when you're going down the road. But for that heavy duty charge, you need a DC to DC charger, and that is what this plug is. It is something that you can add to any trailer, but it is standard on the MDCs. Now you will have to add the wiring to your vehicle for this DC to DC charger. Most likely, you already have this 7-way plug wired in, but this can be done by the dealer when you pick it up, so be sure to ask about that. Now this is the DO35 Cruise Master hitch that I mentioned earlier, and it works with a pin instead of a ball. That means that when you back up to it, drop it down, and push the button, that slides closed, and it's very easy to tell if you're completely latched. There is no guessing on this, and it's got a full range of motion, so you can get on those rough roads without fear of pulling or twisting anything. On this side, you'll see there is a faucet. Again, just hooks up to your water system. But if you're off the grid, you just might need access to water right out here. Or you might want to drain your tanks when you're done. Easy to do. One piece that I want to talk about that you can't see up front here is going to be the Trailer Sure electronic sway control. That is mounted underneath the trailer, and it is going to be working regardless. So you don't have to attach anything to your vehicle. What it does is it controls the brakes on each side of the trailer when you're going down the road, highway that is, and keeps it running straight. If it starts to sway, it will apply brakes on one side or the other. Great news is when you get off-road, of course you don't want it working against you. It senses that and turns itself off. So going down the road, getting to those off-road adventures, yeah, it's a great thing to have built into your trailer. Now coming around to this side, let's unlatch this. This will be the other side of that pass-through. Remember, I pulled out the tray that's going to hold you that refrigerator if you needed extra cooling. And this is just simply storage on this side. What you're seeing here is the annex room. It is amazing. It's almost 8 foot wide, almost the full length of the trailer. It comes with a floor, a draft skirt. You are completely enclosed. You add a whole nother screen room to your trailer. On the side here, that's going to be a shower tent. So, you want to take a shower outside? Easy to do. Right here, shower tent mounts above you. It is almost 4 foot square, so it's a nice size. If you're a larger person, that might be a great place for you to rinse off at the end of the day. These are simply vents for the furnace and the Truma water heater. Access to your front and rear freshwater tank, 21 gallons each, and your gray tank. Your main water inlet right here if you wanted to work directly with the city water and not use the tanks at all. Moving this way, of course, your 30 amp cord right here for shore power. And in the back, the cassette toilet. If you're not familiar with a cassette toilet, it's super easy. Walk it to wherever you need to dump it, and you can dump it in any bathroom anywhere. You can dump it in the toilet. It's gonna automatically flush just like dumping mop water. Or, I don't know, sneak it in a gas station bathroom, dump it there, works great. It doesn't hurt anything. It holds up to 5 gallons. And once you're done, you just simply slide it back into place and it opens up and it's ready to use. It does have flushing water with it that you will fill separately, and that is right up here. So just fill that. You'll be able to tell how full the water is right here on the side, and yeah, then you're ready to go. Very easy to use, very efficient, and great for camping off the grid. Now the back of the trailer, it's got those 2 nice size spare tires on those alloy wheels. So if you truly are going off grid, that's gonna be really important. You know, MDC is from Australia, and they say, yeah, we get you there and get you back, because you could go 200 miles in the outback and not see anyone. So it's very important that you're self-sufficient, and that is one of the things that MDC is known for, is having everything connected that you need. You notice you will have hooks on the back if there is any towing or pulling out of a ditch that needs to happen. I don't know. They've set you up for just about everything. Now we've come back around to the front. I'm sure there's some things that I haven't talked about that maybe you have questions on. Well, we're here at Princess Craft and we're ready to help you. This is one of the most versatile campers that you will find on the market that is set up to go off-grid, off-road, and have those amazing adventures for the whole family. I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.